19:1 to 15. So this is epic, I think. So Pilate, even though he knew that Jesus was innocent, he still flogged him. Maybe he thinks that this is enough to make appease the crowd and they will release him after all, but they didn't. They want to crucify him, and he was like, look the man, look at him bloody and bruised, kind of like thing is what I read. And then they still wanted to crucify, and then he said, take him yourself and crucify him, because I find no ground. So he just wanted him beaten and released. I think that's his plan. But then the Jews said that Jesus made himself out to be the Son of God, and so they want to crucify him. That's blasphemy, so he needs to die for that. But so when Pilate heard that statement, he was even more afraid. And so I think he's afraid of offending a Roman god. I think in his culture, he believes that gods exist, and like gods with lowercase g, like Zeus and Ares and Athena and stuff like that, Roman and Greek mythology. I think he was thinking of them in that sense, that, oh man, this person is saying that he's a god, a lowercase g, and so he was afraid of that. And not only that, his wife had a dream about and said, no, don't do this, don't have anything to do with this man. But he didn't listen to her, and he didn't listen to his gut feeling that there's nothing to crucify Jesus for. However, so he made even more effort. He made efforts to release him, but the Jews wouldn't. The Jews then threatened him that if he releases Jesus, then he's not a friend of Caesar, because whoever says that he's a king opposes Caesar, and Jesus, they're saying he's calling himself the king of the Jews. And so when Pilate heard these words, he did not want to he did not want to pursue it anymore. So even though he might think of Jesus as a god or someone with power, like a lowercase g, then he didn't want to oppose Caesar. So to him, it seems like Caesar is even more than a lowercase g and a lowercase god. And so he then brought Jesus out, and then he said, look, your king. I don't know what that meant, the implication of that. However, they wanted to crucify him, and the chief, he then said to them, shall I crucify your king? But they rejected Jesus as king. They said, we have no king except for Caesar. So they would rather be under the authority of man than the authority of God. And so packed, so action-packed, and so intense, this scene.